Alright guys, here at Davis AutoSports we are very excited to offer you guys a pretty unique setup and build for us. For those that follow us know what we typically do with our XJs. This was a pretty unique vehicle to start with and to end with. This was a direct trade-in here at Davis AutoSports. First and foremost, this is a fully Kevlar exterior. I'll get into more information on our process and the end result here shortly, but I do want to come out first and foremost and tell you when this vehicle was traded in. We have video footage as well as photos to show you guys the front fender and the front corner of the bumper had some damage to it. It was involved in a very small accident. It actually took place, and I'll show you on the Carfax report, years ago. The previous owner that owned it at the time, obviously it didn't bother them, and due to the value of these vehicles according to insurance companies' books, declared the vehicle salvage, because obviously according to insurance companies they don't follow or value vehicles that are in high demand, as these Cherokees are. They're going up in value, they're getting much more expensive than they used to be. So long story short, this vehicle probably booked out, years ago by insurance company at maybe $4,000 or $5,000. And then if the front fender, corner bumper, flare, and all that had to be repaired at a dealership, if it was more than $1,500 or $1,600, they would declare it salvage. So the previous owner bought it back from his insurance company. It never left his possession. The title was rebuilt. It's a completely clean and clear title. And he's had the car ever since. So he traded it in on one of our custom stage 5 builds that we did just for him. And at first we were going to use the vehicle for miscellaneous things, or we weren't really sure what we were going to do with it. We drove it. The Jeep was just so nice, and to top it off, he actually spent about $3,500 on it mechanically in the last year. So what we decided to do is to not go all out on the build. This is a very minor build as far as what we did compared to most of our builds, but the biggest thing is the Kevlar exterior. The previous owner, like I said about a year ago, did a ton of mechanical work. It's got a brand new cylinder head. For those that are unfamiliar with the Cherokees, the 2000 and 2001s are known to have some head issues from time to time. His did have some issues, so he went ahead and got a brand new cylinder head installed, new head gasket. He also had at that point a new water pump, thermostat, all that good stuff, some belts, typical services. He also got a 1.5-inch Old Man Emu lift. It's a full lift, shocks, the whole nine, and the Old Man Emu shocks are absolutely amazing. So we did, of course, our full service package to it. We went ahead and put a brand new rear main seal, valve cover gasket, oil pan gasket, of course new synthetic oil. We went through the diffs. We also redid the front steering, a new heavy duty tie rod bar, tie rod ends, a new track bar, steering stabilizer, drag link bar, sway bar end links. So this thing is absolutely flawless as far as drivability. The paint, the vehicle was originally a black vehicle. And it was in so-so condition. The body, besides the fender and bumper and header panel, had its little bit of damage, but like I said, that video will be below this video, so you guys can actually see this Jeep before we started doing our work on it. It also had original wheels and tires, so we obviously put a set of wheels and tires to really bring it to life. So as far as our other upgrades, we put brand new truck light headlights in. Those are just the best LED lights you can possibly get. We also smoked the amber lights around the sides, and we put brand new IPFs in as well. Also want to mention that when he put the new cylinder head and all that, he also put a brand new radiator. So this thing mechanically, guys, was only $116 with all the work he did, all the work we did. It's a phenomenal buy. And like I said, the only reason it was salvaged, you'll see in the video, this was pushed in just a hair. The header panel had a little crack. This was a little bit messed up in the fender flare. And we put all brand new stuff on there, repaired it, and then did our full Kevlar package. So as far as our procedure, guys, on this Kevlar, it was very, very tedious, and we approached this just like we would of any of our restorations as far as the amount of work and prep work that went into it. You will not find any seal, any piece of trim, mirror housing, window trim, anything that has Kevlar on it. This vehicle was stripped down like we would do any of our full restoration repaints. So every piece of trim on this thing. Some of the trim that cannot be removed, we use a double-sided tape, which actually tapes to the back side of the trim and folds backwards so that there's literally no overspray. All the handles come off, the belt moldings come off, everything comes off of this vehicle. From there, we completely sanded it down to bare bones. We filled in any scratches that were in the body, any dents, any dings. Let me get on focus here for you guys. We probably have a solid, just in stripping all the trim down, sanding it, filling in any imperfections in the body and making it as straight as can be, we probably have a solid 4 or 5 days just in that. From there, we primed it. Being that we were going to Kevlar, we used a black 2K primer. The whole vehicle got primed. From there, the primer gets scuffed down, and then our 2-part Kevlar system gets installed on here. So the end result is just beautiful, evenly toned Kevlar throughout the whole vehicle. All the trim pieces, the door handles, all that, we sanded those down, primed those, and shot those with a trim black paint to give it a nice look. But the Kevlar just lays down so beautiful because all the body work is straight as can be. And we do have some bright lights behind us, so it is kind of making the Kevlar seem just a little bit brighter than what it really is. So every body panel was done, the roof, the bumper caps, the whole nine. And for you guys that are unfamiliar with the Kevlar, the great thing about this stuff, obviously, you know, it can't scratch. It's going to hide any imperfections that would occur on paint. But this stuff is extremely durable. It's not going to come off. You can pressure wash it. If it gets dirty, you literally pressure wash it, a deck brush to clean it. It's pretty much no maintenance at all. But when you do it right and you take all the trim off and you can just see the contrast between the trim and the Kevlar, it's such a clean look. And a lot of guys that do it, you know, backyard additions, when you get up close to it, it just doesn't look good. From far away it looks decent, but when you look at this vehicle in person and you see the attention to detail that it was done in, window trim comes off. Like I said, guys, you guys won't see any overspray on any trim pieces. Everything gets completely taken off. Same goes with the top roof rack trim. All that gets completely taken off. It was sanded down, repainted. Also, guys, keep in mind, if there's something you guys want to add to this vehicle, if you're really digging the exterior but you want something more aggressive, we'll be more than happy to put a 4.5-inch lift, some bumpers, winches, bigger wheels, bigger tires. We are going to start to do more full Kevlar vehicles. The lighting it's really dark out here. Thank God we got a good camera to help out with the lighting, but we also have beautiful custom interior that we did too. So we have black leather interior with our silver Alcantara suede inserts. We have contrast stitching as well, but just make sure to take a look at that, guys, in the pictures. We also have it's got a new headliner. To be honest with you, we did not do it. The previous owner got it done when all the other work got done. Has all-weather floor mats. The carpet is super clean. So we did all new door pins and door chucks. We obviously have a high-profile roof rack that we installed. Lift wise, guys, Old Man Emu Lift, look them up online. Top-notch company. Their shocks are one of the best riding shocks on the market. For the rear suspension, full leaf springs, not add a leaf, so it's got a full set of leaf springs in the back. Old Man Emu shocks back there as well. This engine has beautiful oil pressure, cold AC. The AC compressor we did not install, but it's not original. It's been replaced as well. So like I said, guys, this thing is just going to be a killer deal. It does have a clean title. So there you go. We have a drivability video as well that you guys can view. But this is definitely just a cool little Jeep that's going to require no maintenance for the exterior. And if you guys also like the stance but want it a little bit more aggressive, you know, we can put a black wheel on it, but we just figured a silver wheel will give it some pop. If everything was black, it would be maybe a bit too much for everyone. So we should really see this finish in person because it just lays down so smooth. I mean, the body panels on this thing, like I said, we did all the body work and it is just as clean as you can get. Another really nice thing about this XJ is the undercarriage has no rust issues. For you guys that don't know our seat process as well, besides putting our leather seats with our suede inserts, we also rebuilt all the bolsters as well. 116,000 miles, guys. This thing drives absolutely perfect.